Hello everyone, and how you doing? My name is Mize, and today, as you can tell by the title, today is not actually going to be a weekly recap. I'm actually moving those to Mondays, but I can talk all about that later at the end of the video. But today, we're actually going to try to make today, Monday or Tuesday, whenever this comes out, our weekly discussion piece, which I was trying a little hard and kind of struggling to find out exactly what I want to talk about, because rushing to make a video is not easy, and I was trying to figure out something to do, or at least something to talk about, for at least to start off the discussion Monday, just a small topic. And I couldn't really find anything else, honestly. I couldn't find anything else until I heard about a little controversy that's currently happening within the anime community. So most of you have probably already heard by now about the anime called Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out. And the first episode was actually a pretty good success. I eventually ended up watching the first episode, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know how this flew over my head, but apparently many people are not happy with the design of Uzaki-Chan due to the fact that her proportions resemble those of a lolly. And I'm just going to say this right now. I will be sharing my opinions on the whole controversies and how people view her body and the whole changing aspect of her body, and basically my opinions may not be, well, nice, suitable, but I'm always here to invite discussion. So if you disagree with me while watching this video, I highly recommend either going in the comments or DMing me through any form of social media that you have, and actually having a genuine discussion with me if you'd like to do so. Now, with that being said, my opinion on the body type or body figure or body design of Uzaki-chan is not questioning, but I want to say a little confusing. When I first watched it, it was a pretty tame anime for the most part, your typical slice of life goofiness, and honestly, looking at Uzaki-chan at first glance, I didn't get the feeling, or I didn't realize the fact that she was honestly very sexualized. Well, I realized she was very sexualized, but I never saw necessarily a problem with her body, mainly due to the fact that, at least growing up around a lot of females, and I had a lot of female friends, no brag, I'm just weird like that, there are some of my female friends who ended up being short and robust at the age of 19. So, at least the concept to me of someone being a 19-year-old like Uzaki-chan and having that body type wasn't really problematic for me. Now I can see some of the issues. She's kind of the thinner waist, big boobed type of girl. Not necessarily the best or healthiest body type, and definitely the type that can be pushed on impressionable young girls and saying that they want to get that body type, but in all honesty, it is quite hard to get that body type unless you're not born with that naturally, or you do tons of things to take care of it. So obviously there's going to be some very unhealthy ways to get that body type and to end up building that type of figure. However, apparently the thing that I'm seeing around is people wanting to call people maps or other things for liking Uzaki-chan or enjoying the show due to the fact that she resembles the body of a child. And honestly, that does baffle me, because while yes, Uzaki-chan is small and she does have large breasts, they're not necessarily large in terms of the anime sense. They're not comically large to the point where they're flopping all over the place. It's a pretty tame size large. I can imagine many women honestly having that type of robust chest. And in all honesty, Uzaki-chan doesn't really resemble much of a lolly or a young girl. If that were the case, I would expect her mannerisms to be a little bit more childish. Not in the sense how she is, because Uzaki-chan is definitely childish, but more over the sense that it's more the more innocent and young. I don't know necessarily how I would describe it, but Uzaki-Chan doesn't necessarily come off more as a lolly to me. She just comes off to me as a, well, an older teenager to young adult who is a more robust female. I am trying so hard not to fuck up anything I say in this video, because it could definitely come to bite me in my ass. Long story short, I don't see a real problem with her, and it also baffles me that while a lot of the anime community seems to have a problem with her, yet there are so many other examples of problematic female body types in anime that just go unchecked. Like, yes, there are many examples, and I'm not denying that some people have definitely talked about them, but why is this the example that people are going with? Why is this the thing that has garnered so much controversy within the anime community? It really just baffles me to no end to see so many people latch on to someone like Uzaki-Chan and actually criticize her own body type. Not to mention the people who have done those redraws of those arts and have put on the tags, "Oh, I redrew Uzaki-Chan. She's now normal." Oh no. Now, there are multiple reasons why that tagline of putting on a redraw and saying that you made a character normal has very problematic issues. First of all, you come out smug, thinking that you've done something better for the community when in reality, you really haven't. Second of all, there's the issue of potentially whitewashing the character or making the character look more white in a sense, and honestly, looking at the two pictures, I kind of get that argument. She definitely looks more whitewashed than in the actual anime. Not to mention the other third reason of, yes, while that isn't possibly not a typical body type, it's not an unrealistic one, to be honest with you. And again, I may be at fault. Maybe there's not as many women I think that are small like that have more robust chests. But I have seen them before. I know that they exist, and it's not in just other various forms of media that we will not mention. But unfortunately, they are, well, not unfortunately, but I have seen women who do look like Uzaki-Chan, who do have that same type of body type that is not manufactured or not photoshopped. It's real. And so you saying that you turned her normal, while you are maybe giving her normal proportion to what she would have, maybe there is someone out there that does look like Uzaki-Chan, who does have the smaller waist or smaller stature with the robust chest, and you're kind of inadvertently, well, actually in this case, you're directly insulting them through your own art and through your own expression of tagline that you put, and that is rude beyond belief. But of course, I'm getting off track here. What I'm basically trying to say is this, and putting my 2 cents in, is I don't think Uzaki-Chan looks ridiculous at all. I don't think Uzaki-Chan should be a problem, and there's way more problems in body type, in female body types, and unrealistic portions that we should be going after. If you really want to go after someone, go after all the lollies that are wearing very skimpy clothing that are apparently 400 years old. Yeah, let's tackle that one before we tackle something like Uzaki-Chan first, because if we're willing to address Uzaki-Chan and willing to not address the 400-year-old lolly meme, what the fuck are we doing? I can't get over the fact that this is happening due to the fact that not only that, but this is just a general trope in anime. The, tig old bitty anime girl, like, being attached to main character person. I mean, it's not good that it's a trope, and it's a trope that honestly I wouldn't mind if it died off, or at least was performed just a little better, but Uzaki-Chan is not the bad side of that trope. In all actuality, I would consider her probably a better side of that trope, and a more well dealt and more deserving side of that trope. It's a trope that you put in that I wouldn't mind, honestly, and to be frank, there's nothing to be frank about, honestly. It's just the fact that I don't see Uzaki-Chan as a problem. Now, of course, maybe I'm missing something. And again, like I said before, I invite you to go ahead and, have a discussion with me. Tell me why I'm wrong. I would love to know. This is not me being snug either. I would actually genuinely like to know. I always love having these types of discussions and potentially looking at new perspectives to look at things. So if you're willing to go ahead in a discussion, go ahead, comment on my video, DM me, email me. I don't really care. Find a way to contact me, and I'm willing to have that discussion in any type of format or any type of situation. And with that being said, this is the end of the video. I know that this topic piece was a little bit on the fly and a little bit more of a kind of spitballing free talk kind of setch. If it didn't feel like that, hey, I did a good job. If it isn't, sorry, I didn't mean for it to come off like that, honestly. But I do appreciate you checking out my video. Like I said before, if you have opinions on the whole Uzaki-Chan situation and controversy, go ahead and comment down below. And if you like this video and don't think that I'm a shitty person for the take, I'm sorry if you think that I'm a shitty person for having this take, but if you don't think I am, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, go ahead and share it with one of your pals, let them know what you think. Maybe you like my perspective, maybe you don't. And also, as always, you can go ahead and check any of the social media stuff I do. I do a lot of things on there, music, trying to cosplay, failing at it, doing anime fashion, not really doing it, collecting things, don't have the money for it, but, as always, I appreciate you all, and remember to stay hydrated. It's still hot, it's still blazing, and I'm currently sweating as we speak, but I will say, go ahead, stay hydrated. I love you all, and I hope you have a nice day.